Okay, Smackdown. I have no idea what I'm gonna call this video. Flashy, but that's it. Maybe that might be the title. I'm gonna give it to you like this. Did we get anything substantial here? Nope. I'm saying it right now. Nothing substantial was here. Nothing. Now, was it good TV? Yeah, to a certain point it was. But anything substantial? No. Nothing substantial. Let's go for the first match. LA Knight versus Santos Escobar. Now, this was stemmed off of last week. And what did we get? We got a good match. LA won. He got his clock cleaned by a Logan Paul. Well, technically, he cleaned the clock a little bit of Logan Paul. Santos got a little bit of advantage. But then once he beat Santos, Logan was done. And pretty much, Logan looked better than LA Knight, which I'm not surprised. And then with Brian Saxton talking with a little bit of Logan, we find out when he goes back to his home, his landmark, his birthplace of Logan Paul. Now there's going to be some type of surprise. Not something surprising. Typical. Guy's going back to his original hometown. He's going to ask the mayor or somebody of the town to, I believe, Cleveland. Gonna see if he can get something done, which they're gonna do something. Maybe on SmackDown they'll probably have a marching band. They'll have something special there. We'll get a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then we'll have LA Knight screw him over and piss him off just before SummerSlam. That's how it normally goes. Number one contender spot for the tag championship. It's a gauntlet. Guess what? What did we really get? The only team that looked the best there was a thrown together team of Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews, who got folded up in the second part of the gauntlet because we got Apollo and let me give it to you like this. Did I believe the Legado El Fantasma was going to win? Did I believe that Angel and Carrillo was going to do anything? No, not at all. They have been almost a non-starter for quite a while. Street Profits. I thought maybe they might get something, but I felt the Street Profits were not the best team to go forward. I thought it was Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin. And then when you see that Montez Ford literally folded up Apollo Crews like an accordion, he crumpled them up like this at his own knee, hit him in the damn face, and that's Apollo Crews. Everyone thought that he was out. Boy got up and he was able to still get the business done. But they lost. And I'm like, who felt more substantial? Is it Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin? Or is it the Street Profits? It's Baron Corbin and Apollo Crews, even though they're thrown together, because they feel more substantial, even though the Street Profits have been doing the same damn thing over and over again with BFAB. I don't care. There's no Bobby Lashley. Now, I understand that he's still injured, I believe. He's not gone from the company. He's just injured. But the Street Profits haven't really done anything substantial either. So I thought Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin should go further, but they didn't. We got the OC after that. Well, sorry, take that back. We got Pretty Deadly after that, which I didn't expect anything from. Because Pretty Deadly is more of a comedic team than anything else, even though they can get it done in the ring. Then we had the OC, that I didn't feel were going to go any further either. And since we already knew that Tom Alola has something, which I wasn't, I think his right eye, he had a patch over because there was some type of injury he got. Maybe he got a scratch cornea. You never know. He's unable to wrestle. His eye is patched. It's got a white gauze and a black eye patch. He looks like he can't wrestle right now. We got the Jacob Fatu taking his place. Did you honestly believe that the Bloodline was not going to win? We know they were going to win. There was no way, unless it was outside interference, they were going to win. I didn't expect anything other than them winning, and I got exactly what I want. If the Bloodline had started the entire match, instead of Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin, then I would feel more likely they earned it. There was no earning there. They didn't feel anything. The next match, which was the last match, Michin and Bayley versus Tiffany and Nia Jax. Michin gets her ass whooped before the match happens. And most of that match, she got beat once, then beaten again. She got nailed 3 times, I believe. And it became more of a 2-on-1 handicap match. Even though Michin kept getting back up, trying to fight. And she did, at the end, she did get something. But honestly, this was about trying to make it look like Bayley could get everything done. And Nia was not able to beat her, but she did. Due to the fact of the briefcase getting hit straight to Bayley's face and Nia doing the Eradicator splat on the chest. That's all we got from that. Did I really feel really hyped for that match? No. Because I was kind of hoping that Tiffany and Nia would start showing dissension between each other. Because that one moment that you show dissension, does that mean you're going to get that now? I truly believe that Tiffany is going to show dissension by SummerSlam. And if she doesn't and it's afterward, I think that'll be a missed opportunity. But that's just me. What else did we get on this show? I'm already near 7 minutes and I've almost finished the show. Now, what did we get with Crossfield virtually knocking the teeth out of the mouth of a Austin Fury? Not much. Look, I may watch no. You see I'm botching him because I'm going like, I don't normally watch boxing anymore. I used to. And Crossfield, as a junior heavyweight champion, he's going to have his match in a couple of days, I believe. No, in maybe a week or so. Or 2 weeks, I think. Was it necessary to have him there? If he's a wrestling fan, fine, okay. If he's not, they just brought him in because he's popular, because he's about to have a match that's going to be testing his record. Honestly, it feels atypical what TKO WWE does. Brings in people that are popular. It doesn't really mean if they have any substance. Now, seeing that Austin Fury got laid out pretty damn quick, and it was due to the fact of a Grayson Waller running his mouth, just makes more wondering when they're just going to pull the trigger and pretty much Austin Fury's going to get sick of it. Grayson Waller's going to screw him over and then they'll have the feud. I'm just wondering. The last 2 things I'll talk about will be Cody and what happened to the tag champs for the women and Jade Cargill and a little bit of Bianca Belair. Do I really care about it? No. Now, I just did see Bianca and Jade have a little challenge on We Will Feast. That challenging one another doing hot wings type of stuff. It was alright. But what do I really care about when it comes to this tag team? Nothing. The tag champions feel more substantial than Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. The only reason they're together is because they don't believe Jade is ready. That's the only reason why they're still stuck together. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not friends. Of course they are. But the thing here is that Jade is staying with Bianca because Jade is just not ready. You can feel it when you see how she talks, how she acts. Look, and I'm going to say this honestly. Right now, Jade Cargill reminds me of a lot of pro wrestlers, no matter if they're male or female, who has just huge amount of potential. But if they don't get themselves ready enough, they're like a flash in the pan. Now, I'm not saying she is there now, but unless she really improves enough that she's ready to be off on her own, it just looks like it's leading there. It makes me a little worried that they should have thrown on NXT originally, then brought her to the main roster, kind of like what happened with Dominic Mysterio, because Dominic did not work at first. How many years it took before he finally got anywhere? More than 2 years before he joined Judgment Day. And then another year after that before he really got over what he was able to do, the Dirty Dom, and that little bit when he was acting like he was in prison. It worked a little bit, but after that he joined Judgment Day, and that's when he got over. Because he was just nothing before that. And I think of Jade in that respect, that she's been with Bianca. She's going to probably work with someone else. She already worked with Naomi and Bianca. Now you got Bianca. You're going to wonder what's going to happen with her next. If she can't get it done by herself, she'll be here and she'll be here. Doesn't mean I want it. It's just that. Finally, the Cody Rhodes interview that he's in Japan. Did I like what he said? Wasn't bad. It rehashes a lot of what's going on, but he needs that because that's all he's got. Do I believe this is going to be a good feud? I'll say it like this. Next week is going to be a question of how well Solo is going to be able to handle this. Because when it comes down to it, Solo has never been known to be a good talker. And now Cody wants him in the ring face to face. And Solo said, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. And I will prove to you why I am the tribal chief. And if Roman shows up, I'm going to lay him out like Orton. I'm going to lay him out like Kevin Owens. And you will acknowledge me. We already know that Roman will eventually come back. We know this. He'll come back with Jimmy. I do not believe he'll come back with Jay. And I say this now. I know no one else is going to agree with me because no one else is going to. But for me personally, the war that will happen between old bloodline and new bloodline, the ending of the entire situation, when they finally close out the entire storyline, only one person can truly be the tribal chief. It is not Roman. It is not Solo. It's not going to be The Rock. It must be Jay, because they started with Jay, and the only person that makes the best sense is Jay. I know no one else is going to agree, but I'm saying it now. By the time they finally close this storyline with the bloodline, everyone breaks off to do whatever they're going to do. Jay should be the true tribal chief, and he disbands the bloodline. That's the best way to end it, with the person who started with the bloodline as his first member and is the chief who now closes the bloodline, and he goes back to being with his brother Jimmy. But this is just me. And I know there's other stuff we're not talking about, like what happened with Davenport and Naomi, how I feel about it, but there isn't that much there. Peace.